Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be talking about something that I was recently thinking about. As usual, I'm always thinking. Today it's going to be the importance of music and musical expression in worship services. Pretty much every church I've been to has used some form of music to enhance the service, the worship experience. And I think it's very important that we do this because, first of all, it's all throughout the Bible that we are to use this beautiful gift of music that God gave us to worship Him. I mean, that's the best way to use any gift that God gives us is by worshiping Him. And I think most of us can agree that music is a beautiful gift that God has bestowed upon us as humans. The ability to appreciate and understand and create new music is just so unique and precious, and I think we should be cherishing that gift and using it to praise God for even giving it to us in the first place. So, some churches use, different types of music, different types of musical expression than other ones. For instance, at my church, we all engage in kind of more modern style music and singing, and we have instruments like guitars and piano and sometimes other instruments like violin and stuff. But we have like a literal band that is in charge of leading worship services. Um, the music, at least the music aspect of it. So that's usually like the evangelical and some of the newer style churches. Um, Obviously, more traditional churches use more traditional music, like the Catholic churches usually use the hymn type music. They have the hymn books in the pews and that sort of stuff. I've been to a Coptic church, like an Egyptian church, and they too use music, but they have some sort of kind of like a tambourine, I would say, type instrument that they play along with singing, and it's mostly vocal. Um, it really varies depending on, I mean, there are so many different types of music that, there's obviously so many types, ways to use it. So that is really an, a way to make, well, to kind of differentiate between the churches, and obviously we don't want them too different. We're all under the same ultimate church, or at least we strive to be under the same ultimate church of Jesus. But the different cultural aspects really make each house of God unique in its own way. So I think it's very beautiful. Like I said, it's very important in the Bible. I mean, there's a whole book of Psalms, which in Hebrew means songs, literally. So each psalm is, a song that the Hebrew people used to praise and worship God. So actually, every chapter in the book of Psalms is a separate song that is meant to be sung and not just read. Obviously, it's very beautiful poetry as well, but it was written to be sung. So God does place, an important emphasis on music and musical expression, and I think that's something that even without biblical instruction on allowing us and encouraging us to use music in our worship, it's pretty much a common sense thing too. It's like, what do we do when we're happy? We get up and we just want to sing, we want to express our happiness, we want to express our joy and our sheer emotion. And all throughout the world, throughout all the different cultures and societies and times, even in isolated tribes and in parts of the world that are cut off from the rest of society, we see them coming up with their own forms of music. It's just something that's inherently instinctive in us as human beings to use that to worship whatever higher being we do. So that's pretty much what I have to say about that topic right now. I listen to Christian music all the time. There are some Christians who will, criticize others for listening to, for instance, contemporary Christian music or Christian music in certain contemporary styles like rock, and that kind of stuff. But honestly, in my opinion, and we could discuss this if you have any opposing opinions or anything like that, in my opinion, it's not the style that matters. It's the lyrics and what it's expressing that makes it great and makes it true praise of God. So I listen to all different types of Christian music, and even when I'm in the car, I'm always playing like Christian radio or contemporary Christian radio. I really enjoy the emotion and just the beautiful words in the songs that really make them what they are. And I thought to myself once, I thought, if I were driving and I were to get in a car accident, or, God forbid, something happened to me, and I were to pass away somehow while driving, what would be the last thing I'd want to be listening to, or the last thing I'd want to be singing, the last thing I'd want to come out of my lips before I meet God? And that's, worship music. I want to be actively worshiping God even in my very last moments. So that's kind of why I listen to secular music sometimes, but for the most part, I really enjoy and I really make it a point to spend my time listening to and singing along with Christian music and worship music. So that's my thoughts of the day. If you have anything to add, anything else you'd like to say, any, about anything pertaining to this discussion, I would be more than happy to read your responses and hopefully reply, and God willing, I'll get some new insights and ideas and things like that about this topic. So thank you everyone for listening, and I pray that you all have a blessed and beautiful day. Bye-bye.